Italy have just beaten Nepal by 10 wickets at the 2026 Men's T20 World Cup, their first ever World Cup win, and they did it without losing a single wicket. Two brothers basically turning the chase into a family business. Let me take you through the story properly, how Italy qualified for this tournament, what changed in the build-up, how their World Cup debut went horribly, and then how 3 days later they produced a win that will be talked about in Italian cricket folklore forever. First, let's add some valuable context. Some of you might be wondering, what's Italy doing at a Cricket World Cup? Well, Italy are not here by accident. They qualified for the Men's T20 World Cup for the very first time on the 11th of July 2025, coming through the Europe qualifier where the Netherlands and Italy both took the final two World Cup spots. Italy didn't even need to beat the Dutch in the final of that tournament. They needed to do enough, and they did enough because their net run rate advantage meant that they still qualified despite the Netherlands winning the game. In that match, Italy were restricted to 134 for 7 and then needed to hold the Netherlands off for at least 15 overs to get over the line in qualification maths, and that's exactly what they did, and that moment opened the door. Italy booking themselves a maiden T20 World Cup berth, uncharted territory, and it mattered because it's not like Italy have a deep professional cricket structure. They've got good players, yes, most of them play in county cricket in England, but it's still a developing system, and compared to full members and even most associate members, they don't really have a lot going on. It's kind of a miracle that they got to where they got to. Now, heading into this tournament, there was another major storyline: leadership. In December 2025, Italy dropped their Australian-born captain, Joe Burns, the same captain who helped guide them to qualification, due to contractual disagreements, and they replaced him with South African-born Wayne Madsen. Now, everybody knows Wayne Madsen is a county cricket legend in England, but even before a single ball was bowled at the World Cup, this team has already been through a big identity shift. New captain, new leadership group, and a squad still trying to prove that qualification wasn't a one-off fluke, that they belonged. Now, the build-up, and this is important because it shows Italy weren't arriving at the World Cup just to swap shirts. I don't know if they swap shirts in cricket. Maybe that's a football thing. Maybe they do swap shirts every now and again. Anyway, in January 2026, Italy played a 3-match T20I series against Ireland in Dubai. And although Ireland won the series, Italy produced a result in that series that was a genuine landmark moment for them. On the 26th of January 2026, Italy chased down Ireland and won by 4 wickets. 154 was what they had to chase, and the finish was pure cinema. Grant Stewart hit 3 sixes in a row in the final over to win it. Ball 1 6, ball 2 6, ball 3 6. Italy won with 3 balls to spare. Now this match matters because it was proof against a full member. Remember, Ireland are a test playing nation. They don't get to play a lot of tests, but they are a test playing nation. But it was proof that Italy could hold their nerve under pressure, and when you're stepping into a World Cup, that is basically the one currency you can't fake. So, Italy arrived at the 2026 T20 World Cup, hosted across India and Sri Lanka, with a new captain, a recent scalp over Ireland, and a squad that's a blend of backgrounds. Like, some people in that squad haven't even been to Italy. I know, it's extraordinary when you think about it, but here they are representing Italy at a World Cup. And okay, now let's talk about this World Cup. Italy's World Cup debut came on the 9th of February 2026 against Scotland at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. And Scotland absolutely welcomed them to the tournament with a sort of score that makes a team meeting feel like detention. Scotland made 207 for 4 in 20 overs. George Munsey was the star of that game. He hit 84 off 54 balls, 13 fours, 2 sixes. And then the cameos at the end were brutal. Brandon McMullen, 41 not out off 18. Michael Lees, 22 not out off just 5. That is not a typo, 22 off 5. Now, Italy were chasing 208. It was always going to be an uphill task. They were bowled out for 134 in 16.4 overs. Their innings actually had a few moments. Ben Manetti made 52 off 31. Harry Manetti made 37 off 25, and JJ Smuts hit 22 off 11. But the overall story was too big a chase, too much scoreboard pressure, and Scotland's bowlers never let them settle. And crucially, Scotland's Michael Lees didn't just finish it with a bat, he took wickets as well. Italy's scorecard shows Lees dismissing multiple batters, and that's why the game felt like a proper welcome to the big stage, boys experience. Scotland did everything. They took revenge for Italy qualifying ahead of them for this World Cup. Scotland did eventually qualify, but that was because of Bangladesh buying out. That's a whole different story, and I've done videos on it, so go find them. Anyway, so after one match, Italy, that's what we're talking about. Italy are sitting there thinking, right, this is what the World Cup feels like. Great, brilliant, lovely, thanks. And then comes match two, the bounce back, the historic day, the 12th of February 2026, Italy versus Nepal, Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. Nepal get bowled out for 123 in 19.3 overs. Now, the key point here is Italy didn't just wait for Nepal to collapse. Italy took wickets through the innings, and their bowling card is extremely tidy. There was a bowler who took 3 for 18, Krishan Kalumange, 3 for 18 from his 4 overs. Ben Manetti took 2 for 9 from his 4 overs. Italy also got contributions across the attack. Ali Hassan with a wicket, JJ Smuts with a wicket, Jasprit Singh with a wicket. That's not one bowler doing everything. That's a group effort, and that's what you need to win games at this level. Nepal's top score in that innings was Arif Sheikh with 27 off 24. They just couldn't kick on, and once wickets started falling, the innings never really recovered. So now we come to the big moment. Italy are chasing 124 to win, and this is where it turns into a real story. Italy get there in 12.4 overs. No wickets lost. 124 for no loss. Justin Mosca finishes on 60 not out of 44 balls, 5 fours and 3 sixes. Anthony Mosca finishes on 62 not out of 32 balls, 3 fours and 6 sixes. That's one brother batting like he's building a chase carefully, and the other batting like he's trying to hit the ball into the Adriatic Sea. And if you want the simple headline version, it's very simple. Italy won by 10 wickets in their second World Cup match, and frankly, they made it look easy. Now here's why this first win really matters, because according to the ICC, according to all the websites that you can consult in the world, Italy's qualification story was built on fine margins, net run rate margins, tournament maths, doing just enough under pressure rather than dominating every opponent. But this was completely different, okay? This was a nation stepping into completely new territory just by qualifying in the first place. You know, they've had to deal with captaincy changing right before the tournament, Burns out, Madsen in, which is the kind of disruption that can derail any team in the World Cup, never mind an emerging team before the World Cup even starts. And then on the pitch, their first World Cup match, heavy defeat. Scotland get 207 for 4, Italy 134 all out. But instead of spiraling, instead of just going into a shell, instead of falling apart, they respond 3 days later with a clean 10-wicket win, led by a player of the match performance from Kalugamange, I beg your pardon, apologies for getting that right, and then for getting that wrong, I should say, and then a no-wicket chase powered by two brothers opening the batting. That's not just getting a win, that's demonstrating you can take a punch at tournament level and still come back organised. And one more thing I love about this, the symmetry. In January, Italy's big statement moment against Ireland was about a finish under pressure. Grant Stewart taking the last over and hitting 3 straight sixes to win it. In February, their big moment is against Nepal, and it's the opposite. 0 panic, 0 wobble, not a single wicket lost. It was just professional, calmly done. So if you're an Italy fan, and yes, there are some out there, they're going to exist in bigger numbers from this World Cup. There's going to be loads of you now. You've got 2 different versions of Italy that you've seen. Chaos winning and clinical winning. And that's how you start to build belief in a tournament. Not by being perfect, but by proving that you can learn in real time. Italy's first ever World Cup win. Now, they may not win any more games in this tournament, but they've already made a statement with that one victory. They've already done enough. And who's to say they won't win another one? They've won a World Cup game in their first ever World Cup. They've done it with a 10-wicket stroll at Wankhede. What an incredible story that is. How far do you think this Italian team could go? If you enjoyed this video, by the way, please do remember to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and please do share this as well if you think somebody else would find it interesting, particularly if you've got some Italian friends or somebody you know who might be shocked by the fact that not only do Italy play cricket, not only are they playing at the World Cup, but they've just won a match. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.